Welcome back to another episode of Revealing Biblical Truths. In this video, we will be going through Genesis chapters 5 through 8. This content covers the time period between Seth and Noah and includes the Watchers coming down to mate with women and producing the Nephilim giants, as well as Noah's flood. Before we begin, go ahead and smash that like button. Like, share, subscribe, and comment down below if you want to see me address other issues. Alright, let's get started on Genesis 5. Genesis 5 goes through a list of genealogies. Adam has Seth, Seth has Enos, Enos has Canaan, Canaan has Mahalaleel, Mahalaleel has Jared. During the days of Jared, or Yared, was when the Watcher Angels descended on Mount Hermon. Yared has Enoch, Enoch has Methuselah, Methuselah has Lamech, and then Lamech has Noah. Now Enoch was a special character. It says he walked with Elohim, and Elohim took him. So apparently he didn't die, and Elohim took him up to heaven. In the first book of Enoch, it details the life and revelation of Enoch. In it, he tells of the events in Genesis, as well as prophecies regarding the Son of Man and the end times. Additionally, he gives revelation regarding the nature of earth and heavenly luminaries, which supports the biblical cosmology or flat earth theory. The chapter closes by telling us Noah has 3 sons named Shem, Ham, and Japhet. Chapter 6 opens up like this. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of Elohim saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives, all which they chose. And Yahweh said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he is also flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. And there were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of Elohim came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. This phrase, sons of Elohim, or sons of God, is called B'nai Ha-Elohim in Hebrew, and is the same phrase that is used in Job chapter 38, verse 4 and 7, where it says, Where wast thou when I laid the foundations of the earth? Declare if thou hast understanding. When the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of Elohim shouted for joy. So these sons of Elohim were the angels, who were present when Elohim created the world. It says the giants were in the earth. The Hebrew word here is Strong's number 5303, the Nephilim. The book of 1 Enoch corroborates this story, as does the book of Jubilees. Continuing, And Elohim saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented Yahweh that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And Yahweh said, I will destroy man, whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of Yahweh. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with Yah. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth was also corrupt before Elohim, and the earth was filled with violence. And Elohim looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. Yah then tells Noah to make an ark out of gopher wood. He said to make it 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. It had to have a window 1 cubit, and a door on the side, and 3 stories. He then says he will establish a covenant with Noah and his family. He said Noah would bring 2 of every kind of animal on the ark to keep those kinds alive, 1 male and 1 female. That's the end of chapter 6. Chapter 7 opens up and tells Yah tells Noah that the clean animals he is to bring 7 pairs on the ark, not just 2. So the law of clean and unclean animals was here 1,000 years before Mount Sinai. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood started. It says the flood started in the 2nd month, on the 17th day of the month, and it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. it says the fountains of the deep were broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. Heaven here is Shemayim again, and according to Genesis 1:8, that means the firmament, the solid structure. The word for windows is Hebrew. In Hebrews is Strong's number 699, arubah, meaning windows. In the book of Enoch, it further supports this claim that these were actual windows in the firmament. It says waters filled the enclosure. Back to Genesis 7. It says the ark was lifted up as the waters increased. And in verse 20, it says 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered. It is common knowledge that ocean barges sink to half their height. In this case, the ark was 30 cubits high, which would mean it was 15 cubits below the water and 15 cubits above the water. Yah purposely said the waters were 15 cubits above all the mountains, so there was no chance the ark would hit anything as it drifted. The chapter closes by saying, all the life on earth died except for what was on the ark, and that the waters stayed on the earth for 150 days. That's the end of chapter 7. Chapter 8 opens up by saying the waters started to go down, and the windows of heaven were shut. According to the biblical calendar, the flood started in the springtime, the 2nd month, and the 17th day of the month, and then the ark rests on the mountains of Ararat in the 7th month and the 17th day of the month. This would be around the fall time, like the middle of October on our calendar. It says the tops of the mountains were first seen on the 1st day of the 10th month, which would be mid to late December. After 40 more days, around early to mid-February, Noah opened the window. He let out a raven and a dove to see if the waters were gone down far enough. The dove came back, and he waited 7 more days to let it out. The dove didn't come back at that time, so he knew it was okay to leave. So he waited 7 more days, and then they left the ark. So this would have been around the beginning of the year, March time frame. It even says in verse 13 that it came to pass in the 601st year, in the 1st month, the 1st day of the month, the waters were dried up off the earth. So after Noah and his family left the ark, Yah told Noah to go and multiply. He took one of every clean animal and offered them on an altar. And that is the end of chapter 8. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Turn on notifications so you don't miss out on future episodes. Thanks for watching. Till next time, shalom.